So I bought the iPhone 17 Pro Max quite a few weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, and I've been waiting for it to come in. And I got an email the other day saying that it was on its way and out for delivery the next day. So I received my phone, and I knew I needed to protect it in some way, shape, or form. So I turned to the thing that I know best, 3D printing. I had some TPU, so I thought, let's print a case. And the case that I printed is a case by PrintZag on MakerWorld. If you look up iPhone 17 Pro Max Zigzag, that's all you have to look up. It'll pop up with the case that I have. Alrighty, so this is the case here. This one is modified. Of course, I verified that this creator was okay with the remixing of the phone. It is checked that it can be remixed, or at least that's what it says on MakerWorld. So I did remix it. I added a few changes, and let me tell you what I changed, and then I'll tell you why, because you're going to be confused. Let's get a close-up of the case here. There's no camera button. That's been removed. Interesting. And there's no port holes. That's been removed. And lastly, I created this little camera protector. Now, you may be thinking, that's a really useless case. Why did you do that? Well, I've had the iPhone 14 Pro Max for a couple years now. And one thing that I realized is I needed another case for outdoor use. And every time I would come back in with my iPhone while I was outdoors working on something, on the various hobbies that I have, I realized that I just continued to get things dirty, oily, dusty. And also my old iPhone 14 Pro Max had tons and tons and tons of dust, dirt, debris into the ports of the iPhone. So I wanted to make sure this one didn't have that issue. So I modified the case by PrintZag. And the reason why I modified it is because I do CNC, woodworking, sawdust everywhere. I cut grass, dust everywhere, and I work on cars. Tons of oil, tons of grease, all that good stuff. And it became a job that I didn't feel like doing after coming in from working all day on a vehicle, on a project. I did a lot of things going on, and I work on vehicles a lot. I love vehicles. That is a hobby of mine. So eventually, I don't know when, but eventually I am going to roll these hobbies into the channel. But yeah, so I added all this as a way to protect my phone from the elements. And I love it. It's been amazing. It is an extra step to take this off when I want to do photos. And I don't mind that. It actually has been very nice. If I didn't buy the case that I bought, I probably would have just kept this for the duration of the time of having the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This was another case I printed. It turned out really well, but I just didn't like I didn't like how it felt with the phone in it. So this one, a great one to have for protection. I mean, these are really nice. No issues with this model at all. It's perfect. I just didn't prefer it, and it didn't fit my needs, so I went with this one. So yeah, let's take a look at the case that I got. I got orange as well. I'm not a huge orange fan, but it is growing on me. I once I got the phone and saw the color, I really like it. Hoping it doesn't fade and turn pink like some of those other phones have. But let's get this phone case out. It is also orange, but it was an ultra slim case. All right, and this is it right here. Honestly, it doesn't feel like it's going to protect my phone very much, so I'm going to have to think about this. But I do like that the USB-C port is massive, because I'm planning on using external storage with this phone. This phone is going to be my new content creation monster. And this phone is going to pretty much make me do content creation. So there it is. My first impressions is I like it. I like it a lot. It feels like I'm not even holding a phone in its case. I feel like I'm just holding the phone. It's very nice. I like the lip here. But there is one more thing I want to show you. And this is pretty cool. So like I said before, I'm going to be using this for tons of content creation. I want to experiment with different lenses and everything. And I could have bought a moment case, a small red case. There's tons of different cases out there I could have bought to allow myself to hook up a lens. But I'm a 3D printer. Not me personally, but I have 3D printers. And I like to create solutions for problems that I have. This was really cool. So the original model was on MakerWorld. I modified it because I had a lot of issues with the old model that was on there. And what I did was I just changed the type of magnets, and it fixed my issue. But yeah, check this out. You ready? Oh, let's do that again. Hear that click? Oh yeah. Oh, you can't hear it. Let's do this. See how nice that is? So what I'm going to be doing is this will be attached to the back of my phone. So it will go in just like this. That is so cool. I'm super happy about that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using double-sided tape for this. So I'm going to be using double-sided tape for this just to hold it onto the phone. This will also add as an extra barrier of protection for this. But with this attached, I don't know if I'm going to do it without. So with this attached and glued and taped on, I'll be able to just slap this ND filter on. Yes, this is an ND filter. Which you can turn and it'll darken and brighten. Very nice to have. So let's get double-sided tape on this, get it attached to the phone, and see how it looks. All right, masking. Masking is off. It's not the prettiest thing, but I don't need it to be pretty. I need it to be functional and not cover up my cameras. I'm gonna get it attached now. Check it out. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. All right, let's do a lens test. All right, ND filter. Boom. Let's see. Yeah, I think it works. It's not. I mean, it's on there. Like, it's not going to come off unless you pull it off. Dude, that's nice, man. That's awesome. Really cool. So yeah, I saved a good bit of money by doing this. It has a nice little satisfying click. Well, let's see if I can do it. There we go. That's nice. I like that. All right, there it is. More testing is needed, but as of right now, it's looking pretty good. That's it, guys. That's all I wanted to show you. That's pretty cool. Got the orange theme going. All right, guys, that's all I have for you for today. I'm going to be doing more videos. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble while I showed you some cool things. I have a lot of other cool things that I've made. I'm going to be listening on my MakerWorld eventually when I have time. And time is not very nice to me. I don't have time for anything, really. Surprised I was able to do this video. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.